Hey everyone, this is Samlock24, and today I'm going to be showing you a deck list that you can actually use to counter the Ancient Gears. That's extremely popular and it's basically everywhere right now. So the deck that I'm using, it's basically a straight up Blue Eyes deck, and the deck's extremely good against Ancient Gears, and I'll let you know why here in a bit. Let's go into the deck profile first, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it a little bit. I I think it's this one. Alright, so here it is. So the deck runs 2 Breaker the Magical Warriors, 3 Dragon Spirit of White, 2 Destructotrons, 2 Cosmo Brains, and 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons for the monsters. For the spells, just running 2 Silver Cries, 2 Enemy Controllers, 1 Bingo Machine Go, and then the 3 Floodgate Trap Walls. The synchros, they don't really matter because you don't really use them. There's no way for you to synchro into them unless you enemy control or something. Anyway, this particular deck just completely trashes most of the Ancient Gear decks that are out there. And I'll show you here's several replays, just me showing off this deck. And the way that it trashes it is, it's all about Cosmo Brain. Cosmo Brain, whenever you ditch a Blue Eyes, it goes to a 3100 attack, and all of the gear monsters are only at 3000. The only way the opponent can win is if they run Beatdown or something similar to it, but most of the time they are unable to get over Cosmo Brain at 3100. Again, it was rare whenever I saw an opponent that was running Beatdown with the Ancient Gears, because you really don't run Beatdown with it. You either run what was it? The skill that gets you an Ancient Gear Castle on the field with I can't remember his name, with the teacher, I guess. That, or they use Balance or Restart or something like that. And this particular deck, it does so well also because it doesn't run that many spell or trap cards that you can set. And I think that once the Ancient Gear players do get cut up, they're going to be changing their deck a little bit. Instead of running the Cyclone, what was it? Let me search it up here in a bit. All right, I think that instead of running this, they're going to start running Twister, and that's because for the double Cyclone, if you're a smart player, you're not going to set anything, and then they're just not going to be able to basically not do much of anything. Because for double Cyclone, your opponent does have to have a set card. The full effect is target 1 spell or trap card you control, and 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls, destroy them. And basically, if you don't set anything in your first turn, they're not going to be able to do anything because they're not going to be able to destroy their field spell card, and they're not going to be able to bring out the Reactor Dragon. But let's go ahead and get into some of the replays. That way, you see that I'm not just talking about it. That this deck does completely trash the Ancient Gear deck. And these were, I think it was in Platinum, I think. But let's go ahead and check out the replays. And I did record these a couple of days ago. I haven't really had time to play Duel Links at all. I've had a ton of work. And I think what I want to do is kind of treat this this Duel Links thing as a part-time job, so I can go ahead and basically upload every day. But I sometimes find it difficult to just upload on a daily schedule. So I'm just going to try to do my best and bring you as many videos as I can when I can. So here it is, Wyvern comes in. And I did lose a couple of them because I just passed on my turn and I didn't do anything, and they just OTK'd me. But there was really nothing I could do about it because I didn't get a Blue Eyes. But most of them I did win. And again, here's a really quick OTK, I think. And again, this was a recurring theme when you were playing against Ancient Gear monsters. And I did get several messages asking what deck to use against Ancient Gears. And this particular deck is just really good against it. And they're really not able to do much of anything. I think the Yubel is against a Yubel deck, so I'm not going to go ahead and show you that one. It was probably a good game. That's why I recorded the gameplay, but we'll leave it for another time whenever we talk about Yubel. And this might not be an Ancient Gear, but let's see. or it might be the one with beatdown that I lost to. But again, that's yeah. So I think this is the one with beatdown, and this guy knows what's up because he's running Twister, and he's not waiting for the opponent to set a card because he does have that Twister. All right, so I can overpower it with a 3100 attack, but I do believe that he's running beatdown. One attack, so I did manage to get rid of his Reactor Dragon. Floodgate Trapful comes in. He can't get another field spell. Birthright brings out the that, and then distribute it for the Blue Eyes, and then just attack and attack. Alright, so this isn't the one where I lost it, but again I did lose to like two times to beatdown. But again, this particular player, he does know that you do need to be able to destroy your field spell card, because if you can't destroy your own field spell card, you're not going to be doing much of anything, especially if your opponent is smart and he's not setting any back rows, and you're just going to be stuck not even playing the game because you can't get a monster out on the field. Oh, and this and Destructotron's kind of like a double-edged sword, because he's sometimes if you're not playing against Ancient Gears, he is extremely good. I'm thinking about making him into a prismatic if I'm able to, because the effect to just clear out the back row is just amazing. It's insane. Here it backfired, but when you play against anything else, and especially if they set a ton of cards, it becomes really good. And here he just surrenders because I wasn't going to be able. They're not going to be able to do much of anything because I enemy controller, and that was basically game. But again, I've been thinking about getting that Destructotron into a prismatic one, and this one I think I lost this particular one, and that's because I think he was playing. I think he was playing well. I did lose to one of the well decks that are out there. And I think that the well deck is also a really good counter against Ancient Gears if you manage to get your setup properly right off the get-go. Because if you don't have your setup like from the first, second, or third turn, you're just gonna lose the game, and that's the only reason that I'm not playing it. Alright, so actually this one's the Gear Town. It's not the well, but anyway, the well is also really good against Blue Eyes, which I think if you're playing well, I think it'd be a good call for the KC Cup, which is going on right now. I Breaker, and then I hit a Wild Tornado, which I guess it was fine. And I was thinking that I was gonna hit like a Magical Hatch, but this particular guy was running Wild Tornado, so. And I didn't set the enemy control because I didn't want to run into a Tycoon or what was it, a Cyclone, a double Cyclone, so that's why I didn't set the enemy controller. But again, this deck, if you're seeing a ton of Ancient Gears on wherever you're playing in your area, switch over to this deck and you're just going to completely trash them. They're not going to be able to do much of anything. Let me go ahead and show you the deck one more time. It's an extremely simple deck. I believe this one, or no, actually it wasn't, but it was something similar to this that I think it was being played a lot in the last KC Cup. But anyway, two Breaker the Magical Warriors. If you don't have the two Breakers, just run another Destructotron. You can get them from the card trader. I'm not sure if he's still in rotation, but anyway, Destructotron, it's really good. Two Breaker the Magical Warriors, three Dragon Spirit of White, and I'm running three because as I was playing, I was always missing that Blue Eyes. I would draw my Cosmo Brain, but I would never have a Blue Eye, so. Instead of running like 4 or 5, I just decided, look, I'm just going to go ahead and run Blue Eyes. I'm going to go ahead and run all 6 of them. 2 Destructotrons, the 2 Cosmo Brains, the 3 Blue Eyes, the 2 Silver Cries, 2 enemy controllers, 1 Bingo Machine Go, and then 3 Floodgate Trap Holes. Again, the deck is really consistent. You're always going to have the Cosmo Brain. Most of the time, you're going to start off with Cosmo Brain and Blue Eyes, and if you don't, you usually have Blue Eyes by the next draw phase, so you might take a little bit of damage, but that's okay because you're going to end up winning the game anyways. Unless you're playing against Buster Blader or something that's anti-Blue Eyes, which there is a possibility, and you can't really prepare for all possibilities in Duel Links because people are just playing basically everything, and that's actually a good thing that People are playing just all sorts of decks, and they're just not sticking to one particular thing, because you can play against Fur Hires one time, maybe the next one play against Ancient Gears, then play against Buster Blader, you can play against another Blue Eyes. There's just a ton of things you can play against Naturias, and they're all, I'm not gonna say they're like really high tier decks, but they do have a chance, and they do have, especially if you catch a player off guard, they do have a competitive edge against you if they build the deck properly. But anyway, here's a deck. Use it to destroy Ancient Gears. You will get unlucky every now and then, and again, you can't prepare for basically everything in Duel Links, because again, there's way too much or too many decks being played. If it was something that was like in the TCG, where you know what type of decks were getting played, you know what the top deck was out there, then I think it'll be a little bit easier. But it's not the TCG, so you do have to play it differently. And Duel Links has just brought a ton of variety to the table, and not everybody's gonna be playing the same net deck that everybody else is using. And I guess that could be a good thing, and it could also be a bad thing, because you can't predict what they're playing, and there's no siding in Duel Links, so you really can't side against anything else unless you're willing to give up like a couple of spots for something that's being played a lot, and then it's gonna be dead against everything else. But anyway, there's a deck. If you have any questions or comments, do leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you are enjoying my content, do subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.